Hi, my name is Uselton, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the history of tobacco and the different ways it is used. Over 16 million people have some sort of disease from tobacco usage in the United States. According to Jordan Goodman's book, Tobacco and History, The Cultures of Dependence, tobacco usage in the United States has been on the rise ever since its original introduction to the country and is a serious problem. I was once a tobacco user, and because of this, I've done my fair share of research on the substance and its effects on the human body. Today I'm going to talk to you a little about what tobacco is and different ways it's been used, how it was first introduced to the United States, and why it's still around today. To begin with, I'm going to talk to you about how tobacco was introduced to the United States. Tobacco has been around ever since before the founding of our nation. The Indian people grew tobacco before Europeans made their way over to the continent. Originally, many Native Americans smoked tobacco through a pipe for religious and medical purposes. Tobacco was also the first American crop grown and sold in the United States. However, unlike many Americans today, they would not smoke every day. Now that I've given you all a brief history of what tobacco is, of tobacco in the United States, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what exactly tobacco is and its most popular forms of use. Tobacco is a plant that contains nicotine and is made to be smoked or chewed. Today, more people smoke tobacco than those that chew it, but both are very dangerous. There are several different ways to smoke tobacco. The most popular is cigarettes, but there are also cigars, cigarillos, and e-cigarettes or vapes, which are newest to the scene. I brought an example of cigarettes, and as you can see, there is a warning on the side of them from the Surgeon General about the possible effects that it takes on the human body. Many cigarette companies target youth, according to Pamela Ling and Stanton Glantz with the American Journal of Public Health. Many youth are also choosing e-cigarettes over other alternatives, according to Jonathan Noel, Von Rees, and Gregory Connolly. While the most popular form of smoking tobacco is through cigarettes, the most popular form of chewing tobacco is by dipping. Chewing tobacco or snus has been a popular choice for many tobacco users in the past and still is today. I also brought an example of a popular dip. As you can see, it has warnings around the can as well, many of which actually tell how it's not a safe alternative to cigarettes. However, many smokers are changing over to smokeless tobacco because of the new techniques and methods used to advertise smokeless tobacco, according to research done by the Tobacco Control. According to Adriana Meja and Pamela Ling, researchers for the American Journal of Public Health, many smokeless tobacco users do not realize the dangers of the substance because the dangers of cigarettes are more publicized in the media. Now that I've talked to you all a little about what tobacco is and how it's used, I'm going to talk to you about the reasons why it's still around today. Tobacco sales are a very important part of the American economy, and that is the main reason that the addictive plant is still relevant today. Every year for the last decade, over 250 billion cigarettes have been sold in the United States, according to John Pierce and Elizabeth Gilpin, writers for the Health Psychology Journal. Regardless of what kind of labels the Surgeon General puts on the products, people obviously will still use them according to this data. Today, there are nearly 500,000 people employed in the tobacco industry, and it is easy to see that tobacco is still a relevant part of our nation's industry. Now that I've talked to you about why tobacco is still used and thriving in the United States, I'm going to give a quick recap of the information presented today. In conclusion, tobacco is a plant that contains nicotine, which is what makes it so dangerous to the human body. It is used by smoking or chewing it. It has been around ever since before the United States was declared a country, and the industry is booming in the United States, keeping it around. I sincerely hope that my research and information presented has given you a better idea of what tobacco is and its importance to the United States.
Wow.